When it comes down to dominant life forms and apex predators, I don't think anyone should contest that Gindahhan and Gammoth are one of, if not both respectively, the most dangerous monsters in the Arctic after the late and great Eucanlos. Now, Gindahad himself has pretty much made a name for himself in the Monster Hunter community as one of the most terrifying opponents to actually ever face. In my opinion, this dude is an absolute menace. The fact that he only preys, or not only preys upon anything in the region, but the fact that Arkveld and Gormagala, who is now classified as a demi-elder, amen, do not mess with him at all. And keep in mind the fact that there's nothing safe for him. Like at all. Nasilla in her caves, not safe. Gypseros, not safe. Blangoga is not safe. And keep in mind, these are monsters that have been able to tangle with Kongalalas or, Tigerexes and Abarogus. And then the fact that he has every ice elemental ability. This dude can create a huge ice blast and then absorb the heat and expel it in a huge AoE blast. And keep in mind, this dude climbs around by literally creating ice daggers on its claws, right? And just being able to climb around, and he's fast. That's the terrifying part. Something that big should not be moving as fast as he should. But again, that is how Monster Hunter is. It's just it should be nightmare fuel, to be honest. But again, our hunter is just built like that, being able to best and even beat a Dahaad. It is absolutely insane. But with that being said, other than the fact that he is now probably one of the newest trauma dumps I have yet to date here, Dahaad definitely earns the title of Apex of the Ice Shard Cliffs. Its capabilities are literally unrivaled when it comes to Arctic monsters, likely only being surpassed by an actual Elder Dragon itself. But now we have to talk about one of the greatest to ever do it, and the one Fated 4 member who's never been in a later game. Come on, Wilds. That being Gammoth. Now, Gammoth herself, or his self, is actually one of the strongest monsters out there, capable of taking down monsters like Devil Joe, and even contending the likes of Eucanlos. And believe it or not, while it does have a beef against Tigerex, Tigerex is not, going to win. Believe it or not, more often than not, or if not 99.9% of the time, Tigerexes will be found curb stumped into the snow by a Gammoth, with pretty much their heads completely squashed and splattered like they're nothing more than a pancake. And keep in mind, other, dominant predators or apex predators in their own right, like Barioth and even Zamchios and Tidal Najarala, do not mess with a fully grown Gammoth. They give it a wide berth. This is why a lot of the predators target young, and probably not young adults, if not juvenile Gammoths. But now let's talk about it. Who wins this matchup more often than not? And believe it or not, I think this is a draw. I'm being so serious right now. It's a draw. In terms of the physical capabilities, they don't have a real advantage over the other. I mean, sure, Gindahhan can carry its own weight, overpower monsters like Gormagala, and even just straight up blow the back out of Arkveld if it decides it feels a little bit brave and just goes up and tries to attack it. However, I will say this, an Elderfrost Gammoth is whooping out Gindahhan. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. That's an Elder Dragon level monster times 10. It's gonna win. And the fact you might say, oh, well, Jin doesn't, Gormagala would run from it, but it will mess with a Gammoth. I'm actually gonna say, no, it wouldn't. Believe it or not. You see, the funny part when it comes to like Apex monsters, and I know these are more the Stormborn Apex monsters from Monster Hunter Rise, but I'm kind of just using it as like a placeholder. These monsters pretty much just surpass the Frenzy Virus, like Zinogre, Rathalos, Rathian, and they become just much more powerful in general. Not Elder Dragon level, but they are powerful enough to where if Gormagala does come back for them, they could easily take him on. And we know that Gammoth is one of the few monsters that is never been affected by the Frenzy. Likely due to its location, but it's also very possible that it might just be too tough for it. And we know the Frenzy can be airborne, and we know that Gormagala does love the colder regions as of Rise and, well, Wilds, excuse me. But yeah, I think it's very safe to say here that, I don't think Dahaad has a clear way to win without its real ultimate. But again, I do think if these guys can get into like a physical battle, like only just physical means, Gammoth does have the advantage. It has a better center of gravity, in my opinion, and it's able to likely charge through a lot of the attacks and may be the only monster strong enough to bust through and prevent Dahaad from getting its special move across. But then again, I think Gindahhan can get its special move off. Like, if it does get a special move off, I think it could beat Gammoth. But if Gammoth is strong enough to just bust through it and get towards him, I think Gammoth has it more often than not. But so, in all honesty, I could see a stalemate. But if I had to give the very first win to somebody, I would favor Gammoth due to the fact that she's strong enough to not only contend with him, but actually overpower him. So that's going to be all today, you guys. Please comment down below. Again, I'm still leaning more towards the tie on this one, but again, I could also see Gammoth. Peace.